Ngiyathokoza Shenge osiphathele lo msebenzi umthandazo ukuphelezela umntwana. Ngisukuma egameni lomndeni walapha ekhaya egcekeni nomndeni wakwaButhelezi. Sizwe sakwaButhelezi ngoba umntwana siyazi ukuthi isona sizwe esebolekwe umhlaba umntwana. I would just like to say, just saying that I'm representing, standing on behalf of the family and the Buthelezi clan at large, because our father was really is a child of this clan here. So I would like to welcome them. Endlunkulu asazi asinawo amazwi. Okokuqala nje sikwaziyo ukuthi umntwana ngaba akekho ukuba kalethwanga kusuka endlunkulu. Ngakho ke lokho esikwenzile soba sinithumele induna. Sithokoza kakhulu induna ekhulumile umhlambi. Siyabonga esilweni egameni lethu lapha njengomkhulu wesilo umntwana. Sisedlulisele okukhulu ukuhlonipha nokubonga nisikhulekele embubeni ukuthi siyabonga ukuba izosikhalela ikhalela nokuba ukuba khona kwenu kusinika ithuba nathi lapha ekhaya kuba sikhalele yona imbube. Singakho siyathokoza sithi wena wendlovu, wena wendlovu, bayede. Mr. Stenhazen, Mr. Bass, we also would like to extend our deepest appreciation for having taken the time to come and console us in this very, very difficult time. It's really an understatement to say it's difficult, because if we had it our way, we'd be closed off somewhere, but we have to do this if you come from the depth of your hearts to come and console us. You know, they say if you live with someone in the house, it's amazing. It's very interesting how you will never know really who they are. But the most important thing is that you know that as a father and as a husband, because that is where you must start being a success. You can be anything else outside of the house, but if you are not that, even leadership, if you are not a leader in your house, I think is not worth it. So our Father, when we see people who have been streaming here, it's just overwhelming. The love is overwhelming, because it's only now that there's a realization of just how much our Father meant to so many people. Not that we were taking him for granted, we never did, because he would never allow that. My father was a very strong exponent of spare the rod and spare the child, spoil the child. He really knew what was the use of the shambok when it came to us. And it was very interesting that there was escalation. You know that in any case, when you've done something wrong, we know that you go to different courts. So if it was small little transgressions, my mother dealt with it, and he would ask you to go and get uswazi on benches, and he would really, that is a pick up it. But then when it was a big case, she would listen to you and say, this one must wait for your father. And of course, I remember being young, how when our father is coming, you know, when you are a child, already when you hear the car rolling down, you start crying in preparation. And my father would ask, why is he crying? And my mother said, he's waiting for you. It really is very, very helpful in times of grief that we can laugh. Because my father was someone who not only understood and enjoyed laughter, but who made a lot of people laugh. So really it's us, and the depiction we are seeing to Kapindangene is just in one big definition, is just one big definition of who my father was, or what he was to people, because my father was a reconciler. Although the life was very difficult, his life, but I think he really tried to navigate it the best way he could. So I know that how much he meant to all of you. When Mr. Bass was speaking, there's one that he liked Mr. Bass to say, Apure makaplan and Azulu makomverk. So that is, I was just reminded of him when you told me that one. Ngamafushane ngithi ke nana ngendlunkulu umntwana sonke silapha ngoba yilowo nalowo umuntu olapha ubeka lokho umntwana ayekusho kuye. Sithokoza kakhulu ukuba nibe lapha. Sithi ke umntwana, we know as you said, Mr. Hazen, somebody, once you have a life worth living and people can see you, it's amazing. It's up to you to live forever. It's not actually something people give you. The way you live your life, your legacy will just live forever. So if it's a bad one, that is how you'll be remembered. If it's a good one, that is how you'll be remembered. So it's very comforting to us and overwhelming. When we see all of you here, it really comforts us so much. And also just say, wow, this is what our father was. So siyabonga kakhulu, and siyabonga uba nizosikhalisa to console us. And we all know that except in flesh, our father is, again, so rightly put it, will be with us as a family, will be with all of you forever. And we've seen the grief. People are not just trying to be nice. The grief that we see coming through their words, to their faces, just tells us more and more of what our father meant to him, to them, because he always said, you know, the legacy is a legacy because of the difference you make in people's lives. It's not about you. In those few words, as a family, we appreciate you being here. May God bless you. The time you took, it took a lot of organizing, traveling here, freezing your diaries, but that you felt that he was beyond that for you to come here. Sibonga kakhulu ukuba nize njengoba nithunywe isilo nize nizosiduduza la ekhaya. We do not take it for granted. Ngalawo mazi siyathokoza. In those few words, thank you so much, and may you travel safely, and really you. Yeah, so we really appreciate it so much, and it will really keep us going. We look at it as a blanket to comfort us in this cold winter we are going through right now. As for the last journey of our father, we just announced this morning that he will be buried on Saturday, the 16th, at 9 o'clock at the Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi Regional Stadium. So those who will be able to come will come, but we know that the prayer can reach anywhere if they cannot come. So once again, thank you so much. We cannot say it enough. Sibonga kakhulu. Nisibongele esilweni. Shenge. Shenge. So walisa.